Yo guys, what's up? It's your go-to square here. Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be actually doing the Carolina Panthers, like I told you in the Lions video. If you haven't watched the Lions video, what is wrong with you? Go watch that video right now. And before you go to the Lions video, like this video, comment on it. Comment what you think your favorite pick's gonna be out of all 500 prospects that are probably gonna be in the NFL draft. And also hit subscribe, because why not? It's free. You don't have to do anything. And hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload next. So let's get right into the mock draft. So with the 8th overall pick that the Carolina Panthers have, they select tight end wide receiver, Mr. Kyle Pitts himself from Florida. He is just a weapon here, and Carolina kind of needs that big body wide receiver who can just catch it, who's a possession kind of guy, because they have DJ Moore. Vertical threat, over the middle, short, can do everything. And you have Robbie Anderson, a deep threat that can do a lot, is dangerous. And then they have like DJ Moore and some other guys who like can fill roles, but they lost Curtis Samuel. And now they need a possession guy. And they also just don't have a good tight end. Ian Thomas is good as a number 2, but he's not a number 1. He's not a top tier guy. Let's bring in a guy who can do that, who can fit into a Matt Rule offense, can fit into whatever Matt Rule wants him to be, wherever Joe Brady wants him to be. He's just a weapon. He's versatile. You can even play wide receiver too. Like, that's why I have it listed at tight end wide receiver. That's the reason why. So with the 39th pick overall for the Carolina Panthers, they will select Xavier Collins, linebacker out of Tulsa. I think that the reason why what I hinted at in the Miami episode was taking Xavier Collins over taking Nick Bolton. Nick Bolton's more the traditional linebacker where he's able to drop into coverage, while Xavier Collins is the run defender. It's Tulsa. Tulsa runs a weird defense. They had 3 defensive linemen and I think five linebackers or whatever. Do the math, but it's weird for Tulsa. I think he's more of an edge rusher than anything, or just like he's an outside linebacker that can work a little bit on the interior. And like having him be the opposite of Shaq Thompson. I don't hate the scheme fit there. Thompson's more of the free flow, like coverage linebacker. Well, Collins is more of the run stuff, or the guy who's going to analyze everything and see the field. But he's not like the Luke Kuechly analysis where it's like, exactly, I know what run he's going to play. I know what pass concept is going to happen between this wide receiver and the tight end, or the wide receiver, or just like all 4. He's not that guy. He's more of an instincts guy that can read a little bit of the offense and what they're kind of doing. He's mainly just a run stuffer at that point. But he also fits what they kind of need. They do need a partner next to Shaq Thompson. I believe that Xavier Collins can fill that role. And they also have just a lot of young edge rushers where you could take Yetur Gross-Matos and put him on the inside next to Derek Brown, and then have him play edge rusher, and then have Brian Burns opposite of him. You can do a lot of versatility with this defensive line and the configurations you can do. Put Allen on the inside, have Xavier and Yetur play outside. Like, there's a lot of good things you can do with Xavier Collins. He's not just an off-ball linebacker. So at pick 73 now, the Carolina Panthers take their future left tackle Walker Little. People underestimate Walker Little and his potential, but his potential is very high. It's a top 5 tackle in the draft class for me, at least. I think that he hasn't seen the field in 2 years. He didn't play during this season because of COVID and just he wasn't healthy. And then 2019, he got hurt. I think halfway through the season or early on. I don't remember quite. Freshman year, he was a damn good tackle. That's why he's a high 4, borderline 5-star prospect. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember star ratings, but he's good, and like he's going. If you can just put him in there, he's gonna be a plug. He's gonna be there for 15 plus years, depending on how long tackles actually last. Besides like the older guys like Jason Peters, but I could see him being there for 10 plus years. He's so consistent. He's got a lot of good traits to him. He's smart. It's a no-brainer pick at this point for me personally, if he's still on the board for any team. So with 114, Carolina will be taking Trill Williams, slot corner safety hybrid here. Value him more as a strong safety. He lines up well against tight ends at 6'3", 212, I'm pretty sure. But it depends if you want Jeremy Chun to really be that deep safety, or is he better in the box? It depends. Then you move Trill to slot corner, where they don't have a lot of good corners there. They have Pride Jr., they have Jackson. That's about all. They don't really have a good number 2 option. They have decent guys. And then Dante's the number 1. Maybe Trill can do that for them. Maybe even play outside corner if they really need to at 6'3". But I see his value more as like a box guy that can stop the run too. He's okay in coverage. He's not bad. He's not bad in coverage. But his true ability can be in the box. And depending on where you want Jeremy Chun to play, I think he can be both. I think they go too high, maybe more of a cover 3, depending on who you want to be that single high safety, and depending on the scheme, depending on the receivers on the field. There's a lot of flexibility that can be with this defense. So at 152 here for the Carolina Panthers, I have them selecting Caitlyn Hill, running back from Mississippi State. I got a guy going to be in Christian McCaffrey's second option here because he's a tough runner. He's a fucking tough runner. I like Caitlyn Hill a lot compared to some other running backs. Hill can develop into such a nice guy, and he can be such a complimentary back. He's got power to him, and that's what Christian McCaffrey doesn't have. He's obviously a scat back. He's Christian McCaffrey. He's gonna juke you, but sometimes you just need a power back, and that's what they had in Mike Davis, but they let him go because obviously running backs are a not hot commodity. They're rentals basically. They have 5 to 6 good years, and then they start declining real fast because obviously they have a lot of mileage on them. So I'm taking a young guy here. That guy can put in some work if Christian McCaffrey can't be on the field, or if he gets hurt again, because he fucked up my fantasy team. Okay, so we go on to pick 194 now in the 6th round. Their first of 3 6th-round picks. They take Frank Darby, wide receiver from Arizona State. He's also a burner here. You grab 3. You have essentially 3 burners now. Obviously, you lose Curtis Samuel. But you grab another burner there. You also have David Moore, who's been a low-key wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks. I think you got some other guys on the back end. I don't remember their depth too well. But adding a guy like this who can take the top off a defense when all the attention is on Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore and Kyle Pitts, a guy like that can be sneaky good. Whoo! Sheesh! That man. He's got a lot of potential to him. And as a 4th or 5th wide receiver, that's pretty good. At least in the 6th round. So at pick 123, their second 6th round pick, they take Tristan Hodges, offensive guard from BYU, one of the 5 guys who defended Zach Wilson. He's an average guard that I think can be good depth and maybe a low-key starter. It depends on where you're going to play him. I think that right now what I could see the offensive line being is Walker Little playing left, Greg Little. Oh, God, that's so funny. Walker Little and Greg Little. Greg Little playing left guard. Matt Paradis playing center. Oh, they don't have Trey Turner. Someone at right guard, and then you have Taylor Moton at right tackle. You could see Hodge play there at right guard, also fight for left tackle depth, or just even starting minutes. But obviously, 6th round pick shouldn't really be a starter at this point unless you're really good. He's got some good. He comes from a good program, at least especially on the offensive line lately, at least. But right now, I think that if it was gonna be him versus Little, I think I'd take Little a little bit more. But we're gonna head on to our next pick. I'm taking at 227 Terron Jackson from Coastal Carolina. But you can play edge. You can play defense 5 technique at this point. I think he's very versatile on what you do. I think they're a 3-4 scheme. You can play him in a lot. I don't think you should play him at 3 technique. I don't think you should play him at a 3 technique, but if you really want to experiment, again, like I said, you could maybe move Xavier Collins to edge. You could put him outside opposite of Brian Burns. There's a lot of flexibility there. He's got a high motor to him, and he's got some good moves, but he hasn't put it together yet. There's something about him that needs to click. I think about thinking of a plan, how I talked about with Patrick Jones. There has to be a plan when you're pass rushing. You can't just put one move, try and get past him, get stuck, and then you're just stuck there. So guys, that has been the 7th-round mock draft. Couldn't take a quarterback with their pick. I think that 4.0 there might be a little bit shake up in the quarterback. Maybe don't go in the first 4 picks. You never know. Obviously, I don't do trades either. I could see Carolina trading up with some teams. But yet again, we will wait to see. This is my picks. This is what I think should happen without any trades. So if you like the video, hit that like button. If you want to comment your favorite pick, do that. Hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. I will see you tomorrow for the Denver Broncos and Dallas Cowboys. My name has been Circle 2 Square. I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Bye.